does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, trapped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence and poverty and squalor, grow up to be a hero and scholar?
For $10, founding father without the father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. 514, they place him in charge of a trading carter.
And every day while slaves are being slaughtered and carted away across the lanes, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside, he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, and barter.
Then hurricane came and devastation reigned. A man saw his future dripping down the drain. Took a pencil to his temple, connected to his brains, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain.
Well, the word got around, they said, this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton, and there's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait, just you wait.
When he was 10, his purpose was for a job ran in tears. He understood his mother bed and been in half dead. Singing their own secret safely.
And Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Over with the cousin, I say my cousin committed suicide. Left it with nothing but ruined pride. Something ruined side of war. Say, Alex, you gotta fend for yourself. He started retreating, reading every Christie's on the shelf.
There would've been nothing left to do for someone less to sue. He would've been dead or destitute without a cent or restitution. Started working, clerking for his motherly landlord, trading sugar cane and rum with all the things he can't afford. Scan for every book he get his hands on. Plan for the future he and now as he stands on. Blow up a ship headed for a new land. In New York you can be a new man.
In New York you can
Just
be a
you
new
wait.
man. In New York you can
Just
be a
you
new
wait.
man. In New York you can be a new man. In New York.
Just you wait.
Alexander Hamilton. We are waiting in the wings for you. You never back down. You never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. When America sings for you, will they know what you overcame? Will they know you're on the game? The world will never be the same. Oh,
The ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies is for his rep, America forgot him.
We fought with him.
Me, I died for him.
Me, I trusted him.
I love him.
And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
there's a million things I haven't done.
But just you
wait.
What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton.
You know what? Musical theater and history are a match made in heaven. They both put me to sleep, especially when that squirrely rabbit Bugs Bunny's to starving.
Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, Doc? That depends. Who's asking? Oh, well, sure, Doc. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, Doc. I've been looking for you. I'm getting nervous. Doc, I heard your name at Princeton. I was seeking an accelerated course of study. When I got sort out of sorts about a buddy of yours, I may have punched him. It's a blur, Doc. He handles the financials. You punch the Burr, sir. You're someone to do what you did, graduated to, then joined the revolution. He looked at me like I was stupid. I'm not stupid. So how'd you do it? How'd you graduate so fast? It was my parents' dying wish before they passed. You're an orphan. Of course, I'm an orphan. God, I wish there was a war of any to prove it more than anyone bargained for. Can I buy you a drink? That would be nice. While we're talking, let me offer you some free advice. Talk less. What? Smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. You can't be serious. You wanna get ahead. Yes? Fools who run their mouths up wind up dead.
Yippa, 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 yippa! What time is it?
Showtime! Like I said.
Showtime, showtime, yo! I'm John Lauren, this is place to be. Don't punch us in, I know what I'm working on, please. Those Pussycat don't want it with me, cause I pop, chicka pop, these cops till I'm free.
Oui, mon ami, Jibba Bob is Lafayette. Silence lot of the revolutionary set. I came for the fun for the same bonsoir. Tell the king says toi, to the best says moi.
Bah, bah, I'm Hercules Mulligan, uppin' and lovin' it as your mother said. Come again, look up your daughters and horses or a courser. It's hard to have many courses of a source that's a corset.
No more sex, pour me another blue song. Let's days a couple more.
To revolution!
Those ain't the best idea, Prince in college.
Addin' Burr.
Give us a buzz, stop some knowledge.
Good luck with that, you're taking a stand. You Sid, I'm a Sid, we'll see where we land.
Ooh, well, but revolution's imminent. What do you stall for?
If you stand for nothing, Burr, what will you fall for? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who is this? What you gonna do?
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And you're just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag with Dad, I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains and no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word of just knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough. I shine a piece of gold, try to reach my goal, power to speak, unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get older, I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brag, I watch these streets vanish. The planets, I slide into the spark into the flame, but Dan stands out, so let me spell out my name. I am the A-L-E-S-S-D-E-R-W-E-S-S-D-B. A colony that runs independently, meanwhile Britain keep watching on this industry. Essentially, they had such relentlessly, and King George turns around to want to spend his speed. He ain't never gonna send his descendants free, so there'll be a revolution this century. Enter me! Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down a life as its sense is free. Eventually, you'll see that my ascendancy, and I am not born away my shot. I am not born away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Gotta take a shot.
I dream of life without the monarchy. See unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy, I say, anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shot.
You are Mattel's the prince, and I got John Local heads and local parentis. I'm joining the rebellion cause it's knowing my chance to socially advance. It says when someone's a pants, I'm gonna take a shot.
But we will never be to his feet until those embodies have the same rights as you and me. You and I, do I die? Wait till I die. Understand what the birds? Black Battalion have another shot!
Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot. Burn shit what we got. Mr. Lafayette hard like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Ruins I like you a lot. I get the flat back of the kettle cold in a pot. What are the odds of God to put us on one spot? Well, the cops in the election with him liking or not. A bunch of revolutionary mission is. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited. Shoot up at the mouth, I never had a group defend before. I promise, they'll make you all proud. Get this guy in front of a cloud.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, you want just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, you want just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yippa, yippa! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Henery again! Whoa! to do the rooftop. Land of me, yeah. Rise up when you're living on your knees, you rise up. Tell your brother that he's gonna rise up. Tell your sister that she's gonna rise up. When the he's coming, he's 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 gonna rise up.
Now you mentioned just so much you feels like a memory. When's it gonna get me in my sleep 7 feet ahead of me? If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I lived past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we reaching fast, why we reach real fast. We have to make this moment last, that's plenty. Scratch that, this is not the moment, it's the movement. Well, the hungry brothers have something to prove when. Those opposers, we take and understand. We roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? Over the blood we shed, begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants. I know the action in the streets exciting, but Jesus, between the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patient when I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow for the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
You like that? A whole song dedicated to taking shots of alcohol. Makes sense to me. I'm gonna need some booze to get through this whole thing.
I may not live to see our glory,
I may not live to see our glory,
but I will gladly join the fight.
but I will gladly join the
But when
fight.
our children tell our story,
And when our children tell his
they'll
story,
tell the story of tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
raise the glass to freedom. Something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise the glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Glass of freedom. Something they could never take away.
No matter what they tell you.
Let's have another round tonight.
Raise the glass to the four of us.
Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of
Let's
tonight.
have another round tonight.
They'll tell the story of
Raise
tonight.
the glass of freedom.
They'll tell the story of
Raise the
tonight.
glass of freedom.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
There's nothing rich folks love more than going downtown and trouble with the poor. They pull up in their carriages and gawk at the students in the common just to watch them talk. Take those Schyuler, the man is loaded. Uh-oh, but little does he know that his daughters, Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, sneak into the city just to watch all the guys at. Angelica!
Eliza!
Meow meow meow.
Angelica!
Meow meow.
Eliza!
Meow 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 meow. Daddy doesn't need to know. Meow 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 meow.
Next time you need to go.
But look around, the revolution's happening in New York.
Meow meow!
Meow 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 meow.
People shouting in the square.
Meow 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 meow. No ideas in the air. Look around, look around.
Angelica, remind me what we're looking for.
Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work.
I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. Wow, wow, wow.
Woo! There's nothing like summer in the city. Someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your dad's got money. Why is someone in the city in your fancy heels? You're searching for an urchin who can give you ideals.
Burr, you disgust me.
Ah, so you disgust me. I'm a trust fund baby, you can trust me.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Some men saying I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. And with Army Thomas Jefferson, I'm a compound and claim riches in the sequel.
Work!
Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Here's the way it's happening, so we just happy to be in the world. Here's the world, here's the world, here's the world. Cause I'm the house, look around, so
Look around, at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world.
Angelica,
Work,
Eliza, meow meow, the Schyuler Sisters. We're looking for a man at work. Meow 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 meow.
work.
In the greatest city in the world.
In the greatest city in the world.
Wait a minute, why do we have a Disney character in our production? With Daffy, we had to call an understudy because the thing is, Lola had a basketball tournament. We could get sued for that, you know. Can we please go on to the next scene? My name is Samuel Seabury, and I present We Want to Percent of a Continental Conquest. He not the rebel who scream revolution, they have not your interest at heart.
Oh my god, that is blown apart.
Chaos and bloodshed are not a solution. Don't let them lead you astray. This Congress does not speak for me. Let them be. They're playing a dangerous game. I pray the king shows you his mercy. For shame. For shame. Yo, he have it all rebel just trying to scream, but the revolution's coming. The hell not gonna win this. It's hard to listen to with a straight face. Chaos and bloodshed ready to hunt us. Honestly, you shouldn't even talk. What about Boston? Look at the cost and overleave us and talk about Congress. This Congress does not speak for me. My dog speaks more eloquently than me. They're playing a dangerous game. But transhuman is the same. I pray the king shows you his mercy. Is he in Jersey? For shame. For the revolution. For shame. For the revolution. If you repeat yourself again, I'm gonna scream! Honestly, look at me, please don't read. Not your interest. Don't moderate the keeping not to be me. Watching a tiny island across the sea, regulate the price of tea. Alexander, please. Boy, whatever be decisive in devices, drop the niceties.
The price of my love's not the price that you're willing to pay. You cry with the tears you hadn't received when you see me go by. Oh, why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you made a rape. Now you're making me very mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your Martian man. You'll be back soon, you see. You remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You remember that I served you well. oceans rise. Impossible, we may see each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 you say our love is fading and you can't go on. You leave all one complaining when I'm gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, you'll be back like before. I will fight the fight to win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad, so don't throw away the things we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Everybody. Da 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 Now all I need is my big kaboom.
British army house got troops on the water. 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. When they surround the troops, they surround the troops. When they surround the troops.
As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that it was the only way to rise up. If we tell my story, I am either gonna die in the battlefield of glory or rise up. I will fight for this land, but there's only one man who can give us a command so we can rise up. Understand? It's the only way to rise up. Rise up. Here we come.
Here comes the general.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here comes the general.
the moment you've been waiting for.
Here comes the general.
The pride of Mount Vernon,
Here comes the
George
general.
Washington!
We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make it all outstand. Hey, yo, I'm gonna be the right-hand man. Check it. Can I just be a real second for just a millisecond? Let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. Now I'm the model of a modern major general, the verdict a Virginian veteran whose men are lying up to put me on a medicinal line letters to relatives. Embellishing my elegance and eloquence, but the elephant is in the room. A truth I say is in your face when you hear the British cannons go. Any hope of success is fleeting. How can I keep on leading when other people I save and keep on retreating? We put a stop to bleeders as the British people take Brooklyn. Not your truth, but look. We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gonna make it all outstand. Hey yo, I'm gonna be the right-hand man. Incoming!
The battering down, the battery check the damages. We gotta stop him and rob him of their advantages. Let's take a stand with the Sam of God planted us. Hamilton won't abandon ship, well let's steal the cannons.
Shaboom!
Hold the cannon, watch the blood and shit spray, and boom! Hold the cannon, we're abandoning Kiss Bay, and I say boom! Here's another ship, and boom! We got the southern tip, and boom! We gotta run them home quick, we can't afford another slip. Guns and horses giddy up, I decide to divvy up my forces, they're scarce on the British side of the city up. Misfolks are given a faith in mass scrutiny, I scream in the face of this mass mutiny. Are we the men of Cheyenne to defend America? We ride midnight, Manhattan in the distance. I say I cannot be everywhere at once, people. I am in need, I say I'm in need of assistance.
Your Excellency, sir.
Who are you?
Aaron Burr, sir. Permission to state my case?
As you what?
Sir, I was a captain under General Montgomery until he caught a bullet in the neck of Quebec. Well, in summary, I think that I could be of some assistance. I admire how he keeps firing on British from a distance.
Huh?
I have some questions. A couple of suggestions on how to fight instead of fleeing west.
Yes?
Well, Your Excellency, you want to see me?
Hamilton come in. Have you met Burr?
Yes, sir. We keep meeting. As I was saying, sir, I look forward to seeing your strategy play out.
Burr?
Sir?
Close the door on your way out.
Have I done something wrong,
On
sir?
the contrary, I called you here because our odds are beyond scary. Your reputation precedes you, but I have to laugh.
Sir?
Hamilton, how come no one can get you on their staff?
Sir?
Don't get me wrong, you're a mountain man of great renown. I know you stole British cannons when we were still downtown. Did Vandal Green and Henry Knox want to hire you?
To be their secretary? I don't think so.
Why are you upset?
I'm not.
It's alright, you wanna fight? You got a hunger when I was just like you when I was younger. Head full of fantasies and die like a martyr?
Yes?
Dying is easy, young man. Living is harder.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm being honest. I'll say I'm working with Burr of what our Congress has promised. We are a powder keg about to explode. I need someone like you to lighten the load. So,
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And you're just like my country, young, scrappy and hungry.
I am not throwing away my shot.
son, we are outdone, outman.
You need all the help you can get. I have some friends, Looney, Mulligan, Marquis, Lafayette. Okay, what else?
Outnumbered, outplanned.
Who needs to spy on the insides of kingsmen who might not let big signs? I write to Congress to tell them need supplies. You rally the guys, master the element of surprise. I write to Burr station, organize your information to the rise of the occasion of new nation, sir. Rise up,
What?
rise up,
What?
rise up,
What?
What?
That is right hand man. Boom!
Do I have any military experience, you ask? Well, I faced something worse than the horrors of war this entire show.
How does the bastard, orphan, son of a whore go on and on grow into a more of a phenomena? Watch this obnoxious, arrogant, loudmouth bobber be seated at the right hand of a father. Washington hires Hamilton right on sight, but Hamilton still wants to fight. Not right. Now, Hamilton's skill is undeniable, but what do we have in common? We're all reliable with the ladies! There's so many to deflower. Ladies! Looks proximity to power. Ladies! They're delighted and distracted him. Martha Washington named her feral tomcat after him. It's true. 1780, a winter's ball, and the Schyuler Sisters are the envy of all. Yo, if you can marry a sister, your rich son, is it a question of if or which one? Hey, 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 hey.
Ooh. We do. Hey. Ooh. We do. Oh, you got me helpless. Look into your eyes and skies and when I'm helpless. Down from the couch and I'm drowning in you. I don't ever been the type to try to grab a spot. Like weaving I am rebel with some rebels at the hot night. Laughing at my sister as she dazzled in the room. And you walk in and my heart went boom. Trying to catch your eye from the side to the ballroom. Everybody's dancing and the band's top volume.
to me, Doc?
I'm about to change your life.
Then by all means, lead the way.
I guess I'm Skyler. Pleasure to meet you.
Skyward, doll.
Don't ever call me doll.
If it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it.
I'll leave you to it. 1 week later, I write no letter nightly. Now my life gets better every letter that you write me. Laughing at my sister cause she wants to for her harem.
I'm just very saying, if you love me, you would share.
2 weeks later, at the living room stressing. I borrow stone face while you're asking for his blessing. I'm down inside as you whine and dine. And I'm trying not to cry, got this stuff out your mind can do. My father makes a weird ass around to you. I've had a second for thinking with you. And then he shakes his head, he says, ooh. And then you turn back to me, smiling, I'm helpless. Look into your eyes and the skies and leave me, I'm helpless. Down from the cap and I'm shining in up. That bunny's mine, that bunny's mine. Helpless. Down from the cap and I'm shining in.
Eliza, I don't have a dog to my name, an acre of land, a troop to command, a job of fame. Oh, I have my honor, a tolerance for plain, a couple of college credits, and my top-notch brain. In shade, your family brings her out a different side of me. Peggy confides in me, Angelica tried to take a bite of me. No stress, my love for you is never in doubt. We'll get a little Burr and home, and we'll figure it out. I've been living out of family since I was a child. My father let my mother die, I grew up bug wild. But never forget my mother's face that was real. As long as I'm alive, Eliza, square divide, bet you'll never feel so.
I can't with you. I can't with you.
Eliza, I never felt so.
Down from the count and I'm
My life is gonna be fine cause Eliza's in it.
I look into your eyes and the skies and we're in drowning in.
Ooh, Taz the flower girl. Taz, be quiet.
In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man.
Boo! What a horrible rendition of a classic show tune. They actually used a Disney character in a Warner Brothers production.
Alright! That's what I'm talking about. Now, everyone give it up for the maid of honor, Senorita Angelica Schuyler! I chose to the groom,
To the groom, to the groom, to the groom,
to the bride,
to the bride.
from your sister,
Angelica,
who's always by your side, to the union,
to the union, to the revolution.
and I hope that you provide, may you always be satisfied. Rewind. I just might
Rewind.
I just might
Rewind.
I remember that night I just might be that night for the rest of my days. I remember those soldier boys sipping over themselves to win our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, but a dream you cannot blaze. But Alexander, I'll never forget first time I saw your face. I've never been the same. Angelican eyes, if a hunger pain fame. And when you said hi, I forgot his dang name. I set my heart aflame, never heart aflame. This is not a game.
You strike me as one who's never been satisfied.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You forget yourself.
You're like me. I'm never satisfied.
Is that right?
I've never been satisfied.
My name is Angelica Schuyler.
Alexander Hamilton.
Where's your family from?
Unimportant. There's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait. Just you wait.
So
This is what it feels like to match with for somebody who ever wants to have the catches. Being a freedom scene for life. This one Frank with my key in the type. You see it right. The conversation lasts 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything said in total agreement. It's a bit of a dream, it's a bit of death, and a bit of auspicious as a sense. It's a bit of a bird, so I'm gonna give it a chance. So bad for our family to see what it is. He said it's fidget and he likes to dance. His friends are fine by seeing his pants. Handsome boy doesn't know it. Peach fuzz, he can't even grow to. I want to take far away and face that turn to my sister's face, and she is. And I know she is. And her eyes are just. And I realize 3 fundamental truths at the exact same time.
Where you taking me, Duck?
I'm about to change your life.
Then by all means, lead the way.
I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich. My father has a son, other one has a social climb for one. So I'm the oldest and the wittiest and the gossip in New York City is, and Alexander is penniless. That doesn't mean I want him any less.
And it's Scotty. Pleasure to meet you.
Skyward, doll.
Number 2.
He's after me, cause I'm Schyuler Sisters, but out is satisfied. Have to be naive to set that aside. Maybe that is why I introduced him to Eliza. Now that's his bride. Let's go, Angelica. It was like you'll never be satisfied.
Don't ever call me. Don't.
If it takes finding a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it.
I'll leave you to it.
Number 3.
I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. If I tell her that I love him, she'd be silent, we'd be signed. He'd be mine. She would said I'm fine. She'd be lying. But when I fantasize at night, it's Alexander's eyes. As I romanticize what I've been if I hadn't sized him up so quickly. At least my dear Eliza's his wife. At least I can keep his eyes on my life. He would never be satisfied. I would never be satisfied. To the groom! To the bride! From your sister! Who's always by your side! To your union! And I hope that you provide! May you always be satisfied! And I know she'll be happy as his bride. No, he would never be satisfied. I would never be satisfied.
I may not live to see your glory.
I may not live to see your glory.
But I've seen wonders great and small.
I've seen wonders great and small.
Is it that Pussycat who can get married?
If Alexander can get married,
There's hope for all else after all.
raise a glass to freedom.
Hey! Something you would never see again.
No matter what she tells you.
Let's have another round tonight.
Raise a glass to the 4 of us.
To the newly not poor of us.
We'll tell the story of tonight.
Let's have another round.
Well, if it isn't Aaron Burr.
Sir!
I didn't think that you would make it, to be sure.
Burr.
I came to say congratulations.
Play the verse, Burr.
I see the whole gang is here.
You are the worst, Burr.
Ignore them. Congrats to you, Lieutenant Colonel. I wish I had your command instead of men in George's journal. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Now be sensible. From what I hear, you made yourself indispensable.
Well, I heard you got a special someone on your side, Burr.
Is that so?
What you trying to hide, Burr?
I should go. No, these guys should go.
What?
Leave us alone. It's alright, Burr. I wish you brought this girl with you tonight, Burr. You're very kind, but I'm afraid it's unlawful, sir. What do you mean? She's married. I see. She's married to a British officer. Congrats again, Alexander. Smile more. I'll see you on the other side of the war. I will never understand you. If you love this woman, go get her. What are you waiting for? I'll see you on the other side of the war. I'll see you on the other side of the war. Theodosia writes me a letter every day. I'm keeping her bed warm while her husband is away. He's on the British side of Georgia, trying to keep the colonies mine. But all he can keep is Georgia. Theodosia, she's mine, 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 mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and takes and takes. And we keep on loving away. We laugh and we cry and we take a break, make mistakes. There's a reason I'm by her side. For so many have tried. Then I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. My grandfather was a fire and a brimstone preacher. But these are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach ya. My mother was a genius. My father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions. Just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes, it takes. Keep living it anyway. We rise and we fall and we break, we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm still alive, when everyone who loves me had died, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. I am the one thing life I can control. I am inedible, I am original. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still, I'm riding waves. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has something to prove, nothing to lose. Hamilton faces relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraints, and he takes, and he takes, and he takes, and he keeps winning anyway. But Daffy, slow down. I've got this, Porky. He changes the game, he plays, he raises his stakes, and if there's a reason he seems to thrive, and so few survive, but goddamn, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and takes, and we rise, and we fall. And if there's a reason I'm still alive, so when you die, and I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it.
I'll give that screwy duck credit. It's a very relatable number. What am I waiting for, you ask? I'm waiting for this whole thing to be over.
You're despicable.
Stand
I have never seen the general so despondent. I have taken over Rhinos correspondence. Congress, like George, attacked the British forces. I suspect we have resorted in our horses. Local merchants deny us equipment assistance. We only take British money, so sing a song of sixpence.
The cavalry's not coming.
But, sir,
Alan, listen, there is only one way for us to win this. Provoke outrage. Outright.
that's right.
Don't engage. Strike by night. Remain relentless till the troops take flight.
Make it impossible to justify the cost of the fight.
Outrun.
Outrun.
Outlast.
Outlast.
Hit 'em quick. Get out fast.
Chick-a-pow.
Stay alive till this horror show is past. We're gonna fly a lot of flags, laugh mess.
Raise the glass!
I go back to New York in my apprenticeship.
I ask for French aid, I pray that France has censorship.
I say we work in Hamilton, we write essays against slavery, and everything's a test of God contemporarily and flavorly.
We cut supply lines, we steal contraband, we pick and choose our battles and places to take a stand. And every day, Doc, entrust me with a command. And every day,
No!
he dismisses me out of hand.
Santa.
Instead of me, he promotes Charles Lee, make him second in command. I'm a general. Whee! Yeah, he's not for choices with a gunly. He sits a bed at the battle of
Monmouth. Everyone attack!
We twin!
Attack!
We twin!
What I say, what are you doing, Lee? Get back on your feet!
But there's so many of them.
I'm sorry, is this not your speed? Hamilton,
Ready, sir?
have Lafayette take the lead.
Yes, sir.
1,000 soldiers die in 100-degree heat.
As we snatch a sail made from the jaws of defeat.
Charles Lee was left behind without a participation. He started saying to visit anybody who would listen. Washington cannot be left alone to his devices and decides to crisis. The best thing he can do for the revolution is turn it back and planting tobacco from our money. Besides, he is a chicken and I'm a chicken hawk.
Don't do a thing. History, I say, history will prove him wrong.
But sir,
We have a war to fight. Let's move her on.
Strong words from Lee. Someone ought to hold him to it.
I can't disobey direct orders.
Then I'll do it. Alexander, you're the closest amigo I've got.
Lawrence, do not throw away your shot. It's the 10 Duel Commandments.
The challenge, the man's satisfaction. If they apologize, no need for further action. If they don't grab an amigo, that's your second.
In Lieutenant, when there's a reckon to be reckoned. Have your seconds meet face to face. Negotiate a peace. Or negotiate a time and place. This is commonplace, especially team recruits. Most disputes die and no one shoots. Number 4.
If we don't reach a peace, that's alright. Time to get the pistols and the doctor on site.
You pay him in advance, you treat with civility, you have him turn around so he can have deniability. Do before the sun is in the sky. Keep a note for your next of kin. Tell where you've been, pray to hell or heaven lets you in. Confess your sins, ready for your moment of enjoyment when you finally face your opponent. Your last chance to negotiate. Send in your second see if they can send the record straight. Alexander! Aaron Burr, sir. Can we agree that duels are dumb and immature? Sure, but your man has to answer for his words, Burr. With his life, we both know that's absurd, sir. Hang on, how many died because Lee was experiencing ruinous? Okay, so we're doing this? Look him in the eye, aim no higher. Show me all the courage you acquire. Then count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Number 10, places fire! Lee, do you yield? You shot him in the side. Yes, he yields.
Estoy contento.
We gotta clear the field.
Go, we won.
This should be fun.
What I say, what is the meaning of this? Mr. Burr, get a medic for the general.
Yes, sir.
Lee, you never agree with me, but believe me, I say these young men don't speak for me. Thanks for your service.
Let's ride.
Hamilton,
Sir?
meet me inside. Son,
Don't call me
this
son.
war's hard enough without any infighting.
Lee calls his bluff.
You solved nothing. You upgrade our allies to the south.
You're absolutely right. John should have shot him in the mouth. That would have shut him up.
Son,
I'm not your son.
watch your tone. I am not a man of defendant. I am grown.
Charles Lee, Tom's Conway, these men take a name and make it through the mud.
My name, I say, has been through a lot. I can take
Well,
it.
I don't have your name, I don't have your titles, but I don't have your land. But if you gave me a command of a battalion, a group of men who lead, I could find my station after the war.
Or you can die. We need you alive.
I am more than willing to die.
Your wife needs your life, and I need you alive.
Call me son one more time.
Go home, Alexander. That, I say, that is an order from your commander.
Sir?
Go home.
Look around. How lucky we are to be alive right now.
How long have you known?
A month or so.
Eliza, you should have told me.
I wrote to the general a month ago.
No,
I begged him to send you home.
you should have told me.
I'm not sorry. I knew you fought until the war was won.
The war's not done.
But you said I tried to meet your son. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now.
Will you relish being a poor man's wife, unable to provide for your life?
I relish being your wife. Look around. Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. To stay alive, that would be enough. And if this child shares a fraction of your smile, or a fragment of your mind, look our world, that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges you're facing, the worlds you keep erasing and creating in your mind. But I'm not afraid. I know who I marry, so long as you come home at the end of the day, that would be enough. We don't need a legacy. We don't need money. If I can grant you peace of mind, if I can let me inside my heart, or let me be part of a narrative, if a story that writes someday, let the moment be the first chapter where you decide to stay. And I could be enough, and we could be enough, and that would be enough.
How does a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower? How do we emerge victorious from the quagmire, leave the battlefield waving Betsy Ross's flag higher? Yo, it turns out we have a secret weapon, and if you know and love who's unafraid to step in, he's constantly confusing, confounding the British headsmen. Everyone give it up for America's favorite fighting freshman!
Lafayette!
Take this horse the reins to make blood save places! I'm never gonna stop suffering succotash. This is really bad. Can we slow the tempo down just a little bit?
Just improvise.
I come back with more guns and ships and solely balanced ships.
We rendezvous at Rochambeau, consolidate their gifts.
We could end this war in Yorktown, cut them off at sea, but for this to succeed, there is someone else we need.
I know.
So we don't want to do in Trent. Oh, here we go again. Porky, help! You're supposed to give this role to Pepe Le Pew. He's fluent in French. Is it too late to call him in?
Harry, Sylvester.
I need my right-hand man back.
Oh, you gotta get your right hand man back. Get your right hand man back. I think I need the rest of Edinburgh Tweed for the sandwich. Trio and
I can hear you from upstage, Pussycat.
Alexander Hamilton. Troops are waiting in the field for you. If you join this fight now together, we can turn the tide. Oh, I say, Alexander Hamilton. I have soldiers that will yield for you. If we manage to get this right, we'll surrender by early light. The world will never be the same. Alexander. When I was younger than you are now, When I was given my first command, I led my men straight into a massacre. I witnessed their deaths firsthand. I made every mistake, and felt the shame rising to me. And even now I lie awake, knowing history has its eyes on me.
History has its eyes on me.
Let me tell you what I wish I knowed. When I say I was young and dreamed of glory, you have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? I know that we can win. I know that greatness lies in you. But remember from here on in, history has its eyes on you.
History has its eyes on me. You're on, Sylvester. It's the Battle of Yorktown thing.
Can we call in Pepe Le Pew, Porky?
He's already playing James Reynolds. Besides, I cast you into this role so you can thrust yourself.
May the Vede be with me!
The Battle of Yorktown, 1781.
Monsieur Hamilton!
Monsieur Lafayette!
In command where you belong.
I say no sweat. We finally in the field. We've had a quite one.
Immigrants!
We get the job done. So what happens when you leave?
I go back to France. I bring freedom to my people if I'm given the chance.
What will we can do?
Go lead your man.
I'll see you on the other side.
Till we beat the gang.
I am not going away, ma. Shut. I am not going away, ma. Shut. Hey, I'm just like the country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not going away, ma. Shut. I am not going away, ma. Shut. Till the world turns upside down. I imagine death so much it feels like a memory. This is where it gets me. I may freak the enemy ahead of me. If this is the enemy, at least I have a friend in me. Weapon in my hand, the command of my men with me. Then I remember my Eliza suspecting me. Not only that, my Eliza suspecting. We gotta go, gotta jump, get the job done. God's starting me, she gotta meet my son. Get the bullet, tell your gun, the bullet, tell your gun. We move undercover and we move as one. For the night we have another shot to live enough faith. We cannot let a stray gunshot give us away. We will fight up a close, see the moment say it in. It's either me the business and the anyway. Forward as go shall go. We have orders, go men go. And so the American experiment begins with our friends all scattered to the ends of kids. Lawrence in South Carolina, Reprise, Beverly.
We never be free until end slavery.
When he finally drives the British away, Lafayette's winning and Chesapeake Bay. How do we know this plan will work? We had a spy on the inside, that's right.
From the ways Mulligan!
The third man of the British government, I don't know that I do the fundally betrayed. I do everything that is related. Within the set powers of the fundamental government, and the society with the time to live. Hercules, Mulligan, I know instruction. When you knock me down, I get the fuck back up again. Now, time to get clapped.
Now it's time for my big kaboom!
After a week of fighting, a young man in a red coat stands on a parapet.
We lower our guns as he frantically waves a white handkerchief.
It doesn't let it over. We tend to our wounds if we count our dead.
Black and white soldiers wonder alike if this really means freedom.
Not yet.
We negotiate the terms of surrender. I see George Washington smile. We escort their men out of Yorktown. They stagger home single file. Tens of thousands people flood the streets. Their screams and church bells ringing. As the fallen foes retreat, I hear the drinking song we're singing.
The world turned upside down. The world turned upside down. The world turned upside down. The world turned upside down, down, down.
Freedom for America! Freedom for France!
Gotta start Moon Nation, gotta beat my son.
We won! We won! We won! We won!
World turned upside down.
Man, I tell you, I really wish the world turned upside down. You know why? So they all crash and fall into the ceiling.
They say the price of my war's not a price that they're willing to pay. Insane! You cheat with the French, now I'm fighting with France and with Spain. I'm so blue, but I'm green. The thought that we made an arrangement when you went away, you were mine to subdue. Well, even despite our estrangement, I've got a small query for you. What comes next? You've been freed. Do you know how hard it is to lead? You're on your own. Awesome. Wow. Do you have a clue what happens now? Oceans rise. Empire's fall. It's much harder when it's all your fault. All alone. Across the galaxy. When your people say they hate you, don't call crawling back to me. Da 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 da. You're on your own.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have my eyes, you have your mother's name. When you came into the world, you cried, and it broke my heart. I'm dedicating every day to you. Domestic life was never quite my style. When you smile, you knock me out. I fall apart. I thought I was so smart. You will come of age of our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Ooh. Feel up when you smile, I am undone. My son. Look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. There is so much more inside me now. Oh, Philip, you outshine the morning sun, my son. When you smile, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. My father wasn't around, my father wasn't around. I'll swear that I'll be around for you. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll make a million mistakes. I'll make the world safe and sound for you. We'll come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right with you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you and you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. After the war, I went back to New York. After the war, I went back to New York. I finished up my studies and I practiced law. I practiced law, Burr worked next door. Even though we started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb. How to account for his rise to the top? Man, this man is non-stop. Gentlemen of the jury, I'm curious, bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial of a brand new nation. The liberty behind the liberation. Non-stop! I intend to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that my assistant counsel, co-counsel Hamilton's himself. Our client Lily Licks is innocent, so call your first witness. That's all he had to say. Okay, one more thing. Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Soon an attitude may be your doom. Why do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time. Keep on fighting in the meantime. Corruption's such an old song, but we sing along in harmony, and no isn't stronger than an Albany. This colony's economy is squeezed and stony, and honestly, that's why Perry just non-stop. I practice law, I practically perfected it. I've seen injustice in the world and I corrected it. Now for a strong central democracy, and not all be shocked people and rocks of these mediocrity. Hamilton at the Constitutional Convention. I was choosing for the Constitutional Convention. There is a New York junior delegate. Now what I'm gonna say may sound indelicate. Goes and proposes his own form of government. His own plan for a new form of government. Talks for 6 hours. The convention is listless.
Right, young man? Like who the F is this?
Why do you always say what you believe? Why do you always say what you believe? Every proclamation guarantees free ammunition for your enemies. Why do you write like it's going out of style? Write day and night like it's going out of style. Every day you fight like it's going out of style. Do what you do. Alexander. Aaron Burr, duh. It's the middle of the night. Can we confer, duh? Is this a legal matter? Yes, and it's important to me. What do you need? Burr, you're a better lawyer than me. Okay. I know I talk too much. I'm abrasive. You're incredible discourse. You're succinct, persuasive. My client needs a strong defense. You have a solution. Who's your client? The new U.S. Constitution. No. Hear me out. No way. A series of essays now must be public. They're defending the document to the public. No one will read it. I disagree. And if it fails, well, that's why we need it. The Constitution's a mess, so it needs amendment. It's full of contradictions, so it's independent. We have to start somewhere. No way. You're making a mistake. Good night. Hey, what are you waiting for? What are you stall for? What? We won the war. What was it all for? Do you support this Constitution? Of course. Then defend it. And what if you're backing the wrong horse? Buh, we studied and we fought and we killed for a notion of a nation we now get to build. Once in a life, take a stand with pride. I don't understand why you stand to the side. I'll keep all my plans close to my chest. I'll wait her and see which way the wind will blow. I'm taking my time watching the afterbirth of a nation, watching the tension grow.
I am showing off to London. I'm accompanied by someone who always pays. I have found a wealthy husband who will keep me in comfort for all my days. He is not a lot of fun, but there's no one who can match you for turn out right. My Alexander!
Angelica!
Don't forget to write!
Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you and I was a miracle. To stay alive, that would be enough. And if you want to share a fraction of your time, if I could grant you peace of mind, would that be enough?
Alexander joins forces with James Madison and John Jay to write a series of essays defending the new U.S. Constitution entitled The Federalist Papers. The plan was to write a total of 25 essays, the work divided easily among the three men. In the end, they wrote 85 essays in a span of 6 months. John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51! How do you write like you run out of time? Write day and night like you run out of time. Every day you fight like you run out of time. Like you run out of time. Are you writing out of time? How do you write like tomorrow arrives? How do you write you need to survive? How do you write every second you're alive? Every second you're alive. Every second you're alive.
They're asking me to lead. I am doing the best I can to get the people that I need. I'm asking you to be my right-hand man.
Treasury or state?
I know it's a lot to ask.
Treasury or state?
To leave behind the world, you know.
Do you want me to run the Treasury or the State Department?
Treasury.
Let's go.
Alexander!
I have to leave.
Alexander!
Look around. How lucky we are to be alive right now.
Helpless!
They are asking me to lead.
Look around! Isn't this enough?
He would never be satisfied. He would never be satisfied. Satisfied.
History has its eyes on you.
Why do you
He would never be satisfied.
Why do you fight like you run out of time? Why do you fight like history has its eyes on you? I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am Alexander Hamilton. I am not throwing away my shot.
Man, I tell you, that Woolly Rabbit really is non-stop. Non-stop annoying, that is.
That's all for Act 1, folks. We'll have a 15-minute intermission.